Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Dabbin in the building. I got a special guest. Her name is Morning, aka Morning Star Green. Introduce yourself, sister.
Hey, Sugar Morning Green coming up here. What's up? What's up?
Yeah. Other special guests include Ice.
How you doing?
Yeah. And another special guest include Janesh. Janesh. All right. Let's get into it. We're going to talk about the Me Too movement. All right. So yeah, like I said before, we're gonna talk about the Me Too movement, how it's affecting men in the dating game and in the workplace, also financially and mentally. So let's talk about the first segment, dating wise. So, Morning, how do you feel the Me Too movement is affecting men in terms of dating?
Ooh, we jumping on this topic real quick. So the Me Too movement, I don't know if everybody's familiar with it, but let's say something happened to a particular person. We speaking about men in this case. So if a man was if a man was accused for something that he was doing, and a woman come out about it, but allegedly other women are coming out about it too. So how I honestly feel about this case, I mean, if it's true and the allegations are true and things happen, then all right. But just don't jump on board just for some fun and some fan. For a prime example, everybody know about R. Kelly. Am I wrong or am I right? Yeah, we all know about R. Kelly.
Yeah.
We all know about R. Kelly.
His ass should be in jail.
Where he belongs.
That should be locked up.
Locked up, boy, let me out.
Hey.
Don't drop the soap, R. Kelly.
But the whole thing of that whole situation is, granny, I done read a whole book about this woman, how she fell in love, how she was underage. We all know the story about Aaliyah, how she fell in love when she was underage, and then all of a sudden they had came out with a documentary. If I'm not mistaken, all back in January with this Me Too movement with R. Kelly. Now, I'm not saying that the allegations or allegedly what happened is not true, because I'm pretty sure it happened. But my whole thing is, if you know you wasn't there, if you know you never met this man in your life, don't go ahead and jump on the bandwagon just because you think shit is sweet or you think stuff is fun or da. Because y'all can really ruin somebody's reputation. Once again, just like the Bill Cosby thing. Like, granted, I'm not saying that Bill Cosby didn't do it. But all I'm saying is, don't jump on a bandwagon when you already know, like, this man already got like 5 people on his case and he's already in jail. And this man is like, what, in his late 80s, early 80s? Who knows? Anybody else want to chime in on this topic?
I just feel personally that a lot of women, they really essentially mess it up for the women that are really actually going through that. Because, like Morning just said earlier, like, people will jump on the bandwagon and it might not have all happened to them. Not saying that R. Kelly didn't commit these crimes. I'm just saying, did it happen to all those girls that was on the documentary? I don't think so.
I don't believe it neither. I mean, like I said, not just saying, oh, this is an innocent man. Like, no, this is a sick man. And he really is sick, and I'm not knocking down those women that have been hurt, but I'm just like, well, damn, if you ain't never seen R. Kelly, if you only been to a concert, don't just do this stuff for fun. Cause like, what's the case? What's the point? Are you gonna get some money out of this? Nah, maybe you gonna get 30 seconds, maybe 15 a TV time.
I think people also have to add up, like, I think her name was Kitty Jones. Kitty Jones, that was on a documentary.
Mm-hmm.
And she was saying that she was in her 30s and she was already an established woman. She wasn't trying to break into the music industry. So it's like, why is it that you reported so late and you were of age when you were speaking to him? So, and those rumors were already out. That's my whole thing. Why would you, in your right mind, deal with R. Kelly? Those rumors are already out. You know, are you looking for a check? But the Me Too movement has definitely had an effect on the dating scene.
Of course it has. Because the Me Too movement, I feel like when it started, it had good intention. You know, speak out against powerful men that sexually assaulted you or abused you and everything else. But now it's dissolved into false allegations.
Right.
He did this. You know, he did no evidence, no DNA whatsoever. Oh, his reputation gets ruined, and then that's it. And I'm just like, hold on now, you get. I don't know everything about the law, but I do know that you need DNA and you need proof and all that to convict a person of a crime. It's innocent until proven guilty, not guilty until proven innocent. And in terms of the dating game, I feel like, hey, it's kind of affected people, how they interact with each other. Because, I feel like for us men, it's just like, oh, well, what do we do now with the Me Too movement, it's just complimenting a girl, gonna get us in jail? No. Like, what's gonna happen? Like, come on.
That's fear. That's the type of fear that's installed in men of power. But men have to be more conscious. If you wouldn't say it to a dude, don't say it to a female.
I feel the same way. I also feel the same way. My whole thing is, let me tell you, from my experience, just being a woman for 21 years, walking down the street, I'm minding my business. I'm not bothering nobody. If I'm not making eye contact with you, if I'm not like, oh, you cute or whatever, please do not bother me. I mean, I don't mind. I'm not rude. I don't mind a simple conversation. But if you're just pressing, like just recently during the summer, I have evidence. This man, I was just minding my business on my way to the beauty supply store. This man sat here right beside me. I didn't ask him to sit beside me. I didn't even really speak to this man. This man sat beside me and was pressing me till he get my number. And then he was trying to touch me like he wanted a hug. And
hell no.
I'm like, baby boy, like I don't know you. You don't know me. Like you're close. You touch me, I will smack you. Like, no means no. He kept asking me, well, can I get a hug? No, I don't know you. Can we be friends? And then on top of that, how you gonna try to compliment me and then you trying to play me while you complimenting me? Like, that makes sense to me. Like, what's up with that?
It really doesn't. Like, I even personally, as a student at Johnson Smith University, I have dealt with officials when I was an RA. Yeah, I'm spilling some tea. Spill it.
All the tea.
Hot tea. Okay. I've dealt with sexual harassment from people that was in authority here at my university. And of course, as a woman, you have to think, okay, well, is he just complimenting me? Am I taking it too far in my head? How do I feel? But I have to admit, this Me Too movement and what Danny was just saying, how it has dissolved into a check, it makes other women that are actually going through it more fearful to speak out about the shit, So, Janae, how do you feel about everything? Like,
okay, so I feel like people jump on it because it's a trend. I honestly feel like they was not like the girls. I don't think all of them had even interaction with R. Kelly. I just feel like when something's trending, people jump on it. Like, and I feel like that's with anything like bullying. Like, I feel like that's with anything. Like, they jump on it when they see it's like not necessarily trending, but
you ever been through that experience yourself?
Like
harassment.
Like I feel like people see one person doing something and the next do it. Like, bullying is like a real big problem or issue. And I feel like people don't necessarily even have a problem with somebody. Like, I just feel like when they see somebody else do it, then they do it too. Like, and I feel like in this particular situation, I feel like they seen everybody jumping on R. Kelly's back. They seen the attention. They thought it was good. Not necessarily saying it was good attention, but I feel like some of the girls did like that type of attention. Like, and also I feel like you're not telling me all them girls told R. Kelly no. Like, I don't care. Like, I feel like R. Kelly is a bad person for even having that type of altercation, but I feel like some of the girls, like, I don't know, I feel like they provoked it. Like I just feel like you're not telling me all of them girls said no and R. Kelly still raped it.
Like, my whole thing with that is, I feel like, because what was the allegations? He was touching minors between what ages? Like 14, 15?
And he peed on a girl as a table, peed on a girl. I'm like, come on, man.
I don't know about y'all in a sense, but when I was around those ages, I know the difference between good touching and bad touching. Y'all get what I'm saying? I know when it was
that's my point.
Like, yeah,
it'll make it right. It'll make it right.
Yeah.
But you have to also consider just the facts of if you're 16 years old. Like, let's talk about Aaliyah, for example. Rest in peace, Aaliyah. First of all,
Shout out to Tina.
Legend.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you.
Legend. Well, she. There's reports recently that was made by Mr. Damien Dash from former Rockefeller exec. Dame Dash stated that Aaliyah told him that she was raped by R. Kelly. And when she brought up when he would bring up R. Kelly's name, Aaliyah would shut down as if she went through a traumatic event with him. So it's like it's morning. I agree with you, but at the same time, you also have to consider that when people are in power, like a R. Kelly, that is songwriter, they got the key to the goddamn R&B city. Of course, you might get on your knees or feel like you're forced to, because it's like, will I get blackballed, you know? But that situation has really put a lot of fear in black men's hearts. Do you agree, Daniel?
Yeah, I agree. Like with that situation, I know I've always known R. Kelly was guilty because it's just like, come on, man, you hanging around 14-year-old girls. When I saw that documentary, he literally tells the security people, "Hey, go get some girls." And I'm like, hold on, man, you can't be the. And it's just like, wow, that's messed up. But I feel like the Me Too movement has put a lot of fear in black men's hearts because like. What are we supposed to do now? Like, if we compliment him, you know, it's like if we're damned if we do, we're damned if we don't situation. It's like, well, if we compliment him and everything else, and they're not attracted to us, they're gonna say, oh, see, said he did this, he did that. They're gonna try to blow it out of proportion. I'm like, hold on. But you know, it's like it's gonna fit a lot of fear. Like, what are we supposed to do in the dating game? And so we're gonna move on to the next segment, which is like in the workplace. How do you think the Me Too movement affects the workplace?
Oh, I mean, when it comes to like certain bosses or whatever, it could be difficult because this is a place of work and this is where you're supposed to be making your money and you're not thinking anything on the other level. I mean, I don't know about everybody else. I can't really speak for everybody else, but I know when I'm at work to make money so I can pay my bills, so I can maintain things that I need to maintain. Y'all get what I'm saying? So like when things happen at work, and it can happen anywhere. Like anything can happen anywhere. I'm just gonna throw that out there. So say if I'm at work and I'm being sexually harassed by one of my coworkers, or if I'm being sexually harassed by my boss, like that's not right because I'm like, well, damn, I work here too. Like maybe does you make me feel less comfortable until you come to work, and I feel like work is supposed to be working. Like we keep it cordial, and we just keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? I stay in my lane, you stay in yours, but that can be real hard and real difficult because like sexual assault and sexual harassment do happen at work, and I'm not saying that it don't because it do. When I know people that have been sexually harassed or sexually assaulted on their job,
yeah, I have.
Like I know stuff like that, like. It's not cool. And I'm just speaking from my perspective as a woman and or whatever. I mean, women could sexually assault women too, but women could be sexually harassed by women too. I'm just speaking in general. I'm not only just speaking on men, but I'm just saying.
But particularly, it's putting fear in men's hearts and just as a survivor, because I've been in Me Too. It is Me Too. It happened to me. Not only at the workplace, you talking about I've been involved with that in school systems and jobs where you you feel like your back is on the wall because you need the money and you need the reputation because you don't want to get the phone call of, oh, don't hire her.
I feel like sex is used as like a negative. Like I feel like sex is used in like negative ways.
What
like,
you mean by that, though?
Like, okay, so for example, like the whole like work type of thing, like being harassed, sexual harassment. I feel like it's used in a negative connotation because like people are having sex to get better pay, people are having sex to get higher positions, and I feel like that shouldn't be used. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Absolutely.
that shouldn't be used as something to like get. Like, I just feel like being sexually harassed is on a job is just like not okay. Like,
So you feel like some people use their positions of power to get what they want, and men do it, but also women do it too. There's some female bosses that be, I'm gonna get him, and I'm a, if you don't do this, you're gonna get fired and everything.
Right.
And I feel like on both sides they do it and stuff like that. But I feel like in terms of like with the men and stuff like that, I feel like there is fear, also a mix of anxiety and stuff like that. Because there was a situation with Travis Smiley. He's a news anchor, prominent news anchor. Somebody accused him of sexual assault and groping and this and that. He comes out. He says, "Hey, I never touched, I never groped, I never did any of that." His network, PBS, talking about, "Oh, we're gonna fire him and get rid of him. And then afterwards they're gonna do a proper investigation." I'm like, wait a minute. He's like, wait a minute. There's something wrong with that because you didn't do a proper investigation beforehand. And so I feel like the Me Too movement has also kind of peer pressure a lot of news anchors and everything else to just, hey, just fire them and this and that.
It's
and it's like, wait a minute, hold on now.
And see, I feel like that's all with everything dealing with a reputation. Like, all that has everything dealing with reputation. So people could take the Me Too movement out of extreme, like out of a whole nother level because they feel like, well, maybe I don't like such and such, or maybe I'm trying to blackmail such and such.
But how do we differentiate from what's true and not true? How do we prepare?
That's why
without prejudging, because we have to prejudge. We have to assume it's true.
No, you don't. It's called give some evidence. Do you have evidence? You can't just walk like. For example, let's say, hold on.
Give if they're getting groped.
Hold on, sister. I'm just saying that like you in terms of like cases and everything else, you have to have like some proof. Like I can't just walk up to Morning and say, "Oh, Morning touched me and everything else. She did this to me. She did that to me," without no type of proof. If I ain't got no private proof, that's an allegation.
No, but what proof would it be?
Like, for example, proof would be like.
What if she had a pair of gloves on and she just touched her ass?
Shoot, it would be like either video or audio or something.
So
like
how you know she's about to do it though? I'm
talking about in the workplace, like in a workplace, workplace environment, stuff like that. And
but sometimes a lot of those cases happen outside of work.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we know Travis Smiley didn't do it? R. Kelly, the timeline in which the girls was stating that it had occurred with them, they didn't align. So I get it why people want to believe that. But as for a Travis Smiley, or even a Bill Cosby, or definitely a Harvey Weinstein?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really necessarily have to have physical proof. The investigation part comes with what's the history of the woman.
So my whole thing with this is let me say this. Like,
what did you say to you?
I was gonna say like when you say, oh, they don't necessarily need to have proof. That's the whole Me Too movement thing is like, hey, that's what it's all to. Like, wait, you don't need to have proof in order to accuse somebody of doing it. Then that means the reputation gets ruined. So that you have to have proof.
Rape, you go and get like
DNA kit.
But groping, that's still sexual harassment.
Yeah, it is.
So what about this? I don't know. Like, y'all know how we have child molesters and kids do get molested. And some kids don't even come out and tell people that they've been molested. And I mean, so you will tell me, let's just fast forward in the future or whatever. Let's say I have sons and daughters. And if your son or daughter was being molested by someone that you thought that was close to someone that you trusted, if your child was to sit there and tell you, well, mommy or daddy, such and such touched me, but you really care of that other person that they're telling you that they've been touched, would you believe your child or would you not? In some cases, parents pick the other person before they pick their kids. And you get what I'm saying? But I'm saying that's the truth. That's the truth, and that's reality.
But
that's reality.
That's a damn shame.
So are you trying to connect it to the Me Too that's happening?
And that's what I'm saying. Y'all saying proof of evidence, so you telling me you would sit there and be ask your child, so what's the proof? Are you sure such and such touch?
Well, parents and children.
That's completely different situation.
All I was just saying was like, well, if somebody was doing that to your son, if somebody was doing that to your daughter, even if they were grown.
This generation grown though. I don't know. Like,
what do you mean by that?
I feel like this generation these kids are very like grown.
When you say kids, it's about like the age range. You saying these 9-year-olds be grown and stuff? No, that's a lie. Come on,
I feel like 9-year-olds.
Come on, sister.
Because 5th graders, 6th graders, 4th graders, they're all like talking about sex, talking about stuff that
I didn't know that was my bad.
That's true because social media has really. Yeah. I know a 10-year-old right now. Shout out to my baby girl. Sorry. I know a 10-year-old right now, and she has a full-fledged Instagram, and she was showing me some of them stories from her little classmates.
Twerking
and they twerking and popping it, dropping it, popping that for a gangster.
No, like I'm telling y'all, I didn't even know that was when I was 10.
I also feel like the board of education also has an effect on them because growth changes, I think it's like 4th grade. So right now, like I'm from Wilmington, so they talk about like sex ed and stuff like that in 4th grade, and I feel like that's way too young to be talking about having sex. Like
it is, put ideas in their head already.
Yes, like putting like they feel like sex is an option. While you're in 4th grade, sex shouldn't even be an option. Like it should be like. I feel like people should start talking about sex. I feel like 7th, 8th grade.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. When I learned about my female body in the 5th grade, you know, the menstrual and everything, but I did not learn about sex until I got to middle school. Until I was in like 6th or 7th grade, and I was taking those classes. I was learning how a penis operates to a woman's vagina. I learned about sex until middle school, but I really waited a while to have sex because I was just like, no.
Yeah. These kids is doing stuff that I probably would have never thought. Like just like she said, like songs, their choice of music. Because I understand like our choice of music is very like different. But when you let 4th grade listen to dropping this, popping this, sucking this, and like it's just like who
because they're kids, they're easily influenced and stuff like that. You have a lot of these
and I feel like
people are rappers and
where mommy and daddy?
I feel like parents is very have a big effect. Like when you listen, when you listening, like kids listen. When you on the phone with your friend, best believe they listening to your conversation. You talking about sex, so they feel like they can go talk to their friend about sex. Oh, my mama said this, my mama said that. Like I feel like you're giving them that option when you're like expressing it, like. And I feel like sometimes parents don't even notice it, like.
In the connection of the Me Too movement with children, so are you trying to say that parents and any other legal guardian should inform their children on what exactly is sexual harassment?
Yes, and I feel like that topic right there, I personally do not feel like a school should tell my child about sex before I get the option to tell my child about sex.
So what do you like suggest in relation to the Me Too movement with children, and like are you saying how are they going to be informed? Not necessarily how to have sex, but do you think that, okay, look, like if someone is going like this, sexual harassment, report it immediately? Like, are you saying there should be like seminars in schools to prevent this from occurring?
Yes, I feel like schools do not express what is sexual harassment because I feel like females, like a male could go like this and somebody feel like that's sexual harassment. I personally don't feel like that's sexual harassment. I just feel like that's just a way of somebody just.
But sexual harassment isn't. It just. I feel like sexual harassment is what the person takes it as.
Okay.
Like it may not be like the. That's and I think that's what Dabbin Daniel's talking about. How it has the definition and movement has kind of like dissolved into something that it's more like publicity because. Like I've been in situations where at work here at John C. Smith University, that I have been told to bend over in front of them. Now that's not. I guess they didn't physically touch me, but that's still sexual harassment, especially from an official from John C. Smith University.
So, did you report him?
I did. I'm gonna be honest with you. I couldn't report him because of the simple fact that first I didn't do it. I was just like, all right, no, like you're out of pocket. I didn't report him because, like I said, like millions of women out here, you feel like your back is against the fucking wall because it's. I mean, excuse my language. I'm sorry. Because it's your word.
No, you say whatever you want to.
It's your word against theirs because it's like when you don't have like the physical proof. And let's say, like, I've been through sexual harassment several places, so it's going to look like, oh my God, it's like, why is everywhere she goes, he's dealing with this? And for him, he probably never got any complaints. Because what if I'm the first girl he done that to? Like, I know they say if he's done it to you, he's done it to girls already. No, sometimes there's just certain women that they just want to sexually harass. And, it really fucking sucks. But sometimes even when I did report one young man, I reported him last year, and he basically nothing happened because it was my word against this dude's. So I'm being harassed, I'm being followed, I'm being stalked, and nothing is done about it at all. So.
All right, I think the last thing we're going to talk about is how it affects MeToo movement affects people like financially. In terms like money wise, because I feel like MeToo really affects people like money wise. People try to, like we said earlier, some people will try and get a check, try and get that money and everything, and that's why they come out against people. Like for example, a lot of people feel like, for example, with Bill Cosby situation, like the women came out 50-something years later. The man is 80 years old. He's gonna come out 50-something years later. I'm like, why all of a sudden come out now? Unless this is how they feel. Unless they're trying to get a check.
Sometimes it takes people. Now, with the Bill Cosby situation, there are, especially those women were drugged. Some of those women were drugged. I'm not saying all of them, it happened to them, but one of those women were drugged. We have to give it that. He raped somebody. We also think he did rape somebody. So, a lot of them were drugged for one, so they probably couldn't remember. Number two, it's too many cases. Like, it's a difference between, like, R. Kelly. It was these women, a lot of them publicly admitted to dating R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? The Bill Cosby situation, and a lot of those women didn't get paid. And you got to also understand, just like the reason why I didn't come out and say that I was sexually harassed at this institution is because of the simple fact that when you report, people don't understand, even if this person gets in trouble, that stops your bag too. As a woman, it stops our bag when we report. So even if a girl's doing it for a quick check, who else will hire her? Because they're going to be scared. They're going to say, well, what if it didn't happen? Now, if she says this, it can ruin my reputation. Or I'm a sexual harasser. I'm a man of power. I want to sexually harass this young lady. Mm-hmm. And they know they can't because she reports. And now they don't want to hire her because their whole intention of hiring her was for her services. Maybe it's acting, maybe it's singing, maybe it's writing, maybe it doesn't matter what it is. And they're like, okay, I can hire her because I wanted to get some type of sexual favors in exchange for that. So that stops your bag as a woman. So even if the girls are doing it for a check, it still stops their bag. Men, I feel sorry because some men aren't really doing it. But let me tell you something, a lot of men are, because you got the Janae Morning, do y'all agree with me? Y'all get catcalled? How often do y'all get catcalled?
Oh man, oh my God, y'all, like, I could be y'all, I promise school, y'all, like, I just told you I was just harassed this past summer. Like, I was minding my business. I promise y'all, mind my business. Negro was talking to me. I'm like, bro, I'm not trying to talk to you. I walk down the street,
So
y'all, and this is.
how did the sorry to interrupt, but how did the interaction go? Was it like, hey, hey, how you doing?
No, I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened.
Let me get your number, girl.
Let me tell you exactly what happened.
Get over there.
I'm gonna tell you exactly how this happened. I was in Uptown, going, like I said, going to the beauty supply store on the train. I sat down and I did not say anything to nobody. Dude was like, oh, you sat beside me, out of all people, me. All I said was, it was a free seat and I did not feel like standing, sir. Oh, dang. Oh, you mad beautiful. You're pretty. Da, da, da. You close. Can I get your number? Can I hug you? Da, da, da. I'm like, no, you're invading my space. He even proceeded to slide closer to me. And I was not comfortable with him. He kept talking to me. He almost touched me, which I was not comfortable with. I will walk down the street by myself. Cars will literally stop. Don't do that. I don't trust people. Because if you stop your car, I'm going to automatically assume that you're trying to take me. I'm a very small, petite woman for those who know me. I don't like stuff like that. Like, don't stop your car. Don't, hey, mom, da, da, da. I can take a compliment. Trust and believe me, I know how to take a compliment. You look nice today. Thank you. And if I don't want to engage in a conversation, I don't have to.
That's a form of verbal rape.
I don't have to. I don't have to engage in a conversation with you.
So there's a difference between like giving a compliment and just going.
No, it's like you're forcing to speak to someone that's fucking verbal rape.
And I also feel like people don't know their boundaries. Like I feel like men take their power to a certain extent. Like I feel like you everybody know everybody vibe. Well, I know when somebody don't want to speak to me, and I feel like somebody else know when I don't want to speak to them. Mm-hmm. If I'm walking and you compliment me and I say thank you, and then you initiate a conversation and I don't, and I give you a vibe that I don't want to talk, that should show you, like, people aren't stupid. Like, I'm not trying to hear it. Like, people know when somebody don't want to talk to them. Like, if I'm giving you a vibe that I don't want to talk to you, respect that vibe and go on about your business.
Shut the fuck up, stop talking. Like, bitch.
Y'all.
Damn, I was going in.
No, that's verbal rape.
All right.
You gotta understand that is rape. A verbal rape. You should not have to force a girl to speak to you. You know damn well when a bitch don't want to talk to you. And why continue speaking? Because simply you don't win nothing. You don't have to follow
and
around.
I feel like you being more consistent to talk to me, even though I don't want to talk to you, makes me want to not talk to you in general. Like I feel like I would be more open to have a conversation with you again if you respect the fact that I don't want to talk to you the first time. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I feel like people don't understand when people don't want to talk to them. And it's not even men. It's everybody, I feel like. It's girls, friends, people. Like, I just feel like people don't understand, like, if I don't want to talk to you, respect that. Like it's about to be 2020. You know when somebody doesn't want to talk to you. It's not rocket science to realize that somebody does not want to have a conversation.
Especially if they're walking away from you.
Yeah, it's like, and then they feel like, oh, you stuck up. Oh, you just no. It's not. I'm no. Like it's not. It's not. Nobody's being stuck up. It's just so everybody just is not. Don't want to talk. Like everybody, like especially I feel like my time when I don't want to talk is most of the time early in the morning. Do not. If I'm walking to my 8:30, do not talk to me. Like I'm halfway dead. Like do not talk to me. Like
that's so annoying. People do that shit and
then it's most of the time it's in the mornings. Like why are you this energized? Like people are in my people are in my 8:30 class. They're like talking and they're like, I'm just be like.
But the dudes and men have to understand. If you don't, first of all, it should put some fire up under your asses and your balls. Because y'all should see that this is going on and a lot of men are getting accused of it. A lot of men shit is hitting the fan for y'all, especially black men. Wouldn't that make y'all people extra fucking careful? the way y'all speak to a woman, like when that makes y'all like, I might even flirt with her.
Yeah, I do definitely agree with y'all. That's why, like, in terms of like the workplace and all that, and how to she's financial, it's like, for I feel like dudes, I'm sorry to say this, y'all shouldn't date in the workplace, man. I'm trying to tell you, don't do it because that's where you make money. That's where you eat. Also, you gotta respect the woman, so that you also the woman has to respect you too. So I feel like on both sides, like, hey, if both sides gotta respect each other. You can't don't date when you eat because that's where you make money and stuff like that. And also, like, it could affect your job. You working, you hard worker.
As soon as you piss her off, it's harassment.
Yep. And then that's your job. That's where you make money. So don't date in the workplace and everything else. How it affects people financially, it can affect you financially in terms of your money. That's your money, and you can't live how you want to live and everything else. And it's like you can't be doing that. So that's how I'm gonna close this out. This podcast morning. Thank you. It's a pleasure to have you on the podcast.
Ice Money. That's my name.
All right.
Follow me on Instagram
All right.
at Ice the Dawn.
All right, Ice.
It was nice talking to y'all.
Ice, thank you for speaking your truth. You were very passionate, and I like that. When you come on
You
the podcast.
already know how
All right, so make sure y'all check out the Dabbin Daniel podcast. Tune in every weekend. All right, Dabbin Daniel signing off. Yeah.